My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. We're heading into the Tangle. We're quite well prepared, I believe, as well. Lost 15% damage in the region, courtesy of part of our stagecoach. Also picked up some items to prepare for the possible lair.
War. Rewards only. Resignation.
Okay, so I see a maximum two creatures' dens that I can get on the same path. Between them is either an oasis or a hoarder. I haven't had many opportunities to go to a hoarder yet. Which should mean that I have a ridiculous amount of baubles to spend. Ridiculous. Ish. I don't think I need the watchtower at all, so I'm going to open with the assistance encounter. Oblivion's Ingress, though.
At least it should be.
Oblivion's Ingress certainly has some appeal as another way to try and gain more cultist trinkets. Alright. A little bit more whiskey. Love to see that. Maybe we'll actually get some positive relationships next time. Okay, so we're 88 on the torch. I think we'll lose 5 of the torch in order to pick up some items. Mr. Gibberish's interaction here gives us a songbook of rousing tunes, as well as an impermeable poultice.
An elementary problem, is it not?
Of course! I agreed with Mr. Gibberish recently, therefore I have bought myself the opportunity to disagree with them here, especially considering every other member of the party wanted to go to the den. Is there anything I think that I need to alter before going into a den fight in particular?
Push forward. Lamentably, there is no other choice.
Annoyingly, Wicked Slice is tagged on currently, which has turned off double tap. Perhaps I should turn off Highway Robbery for double tap again? But right now I could use Highway Robbery in order to ignore the dodge of a target, as well as steal both of their dodge tokens. That could be pretty good. A lot of it's going to be Grape Shot. For Rawsome, you had to tag on Emboldening Vapors. Dropping Plague Grenade, I certainly don't want that to be the case. Magnesium Rain is a good way to try and clear out dodges as well, so I'm going to drop Blinding Gas for Plague. Now I feel a lot more comfortable. Let's go in. Okay, so that's a very friendly relationship. Moms, you can take this, as the relationships can weather it. Yeah, do I open by stealing tokens? I can only steal them from the Weber. That's 2 individual dodge tokens. Other option would be something like Duelist's Advance to set up some ripostes. Or Grape Shot Blast, which also gives me back a strength token to use in the next turn. I think I'll do that. Let's use the Glimmer of Hope to buff the torch. Run backwards with the Shadow Fade and get ready for some flashing daggers. Certainly the right time for Magnesium Rain. Ooh, it gets rid of 2 of the dodge tokens as well as burns those targets. Ugh. We've become diseased with Tarantism. Possible move, forward or backwards, or possible dodge as well. Chop! Yeah, you really didn't expect that, did you? The 36 crit? I'll be doing that 50% of the time. Yes, Carrion Eater 8 Carrion. We're all very familiar with how that happens. So Lunge does ignore dodge when the self is stealthed, and the self is stealthed. But it also doesn't feel like it's enough damage. Oh wow, flashing daggers managed to connect despite the dodge on both of the targets. I am blinded currently. I could use highway robbery in order to try and take away the 2 block tokens. 2 block plus tokens, rather. One of them, I think, was wiped out by the vulnerability that we had. I don't know what the other one was wiped out by, though. Magnesium rain has cooldown. That makes sense. Yes. If I could set up combo on targets, I would even be able to guarantee the hit. That said, I don't really think that I need to. Let's clear some stress by killing a corpse. Target's already dead if I want to try and force a relationship. Relationship fix between 2 people, or at the absolute least, I can use Solemnity here to de-stress as the enemy bleeds out. Oh! Oh no. I could have bought myself an entirely free round there if I had done that early. Oops. Forgot about that for a minute. And... yeah, let's take your defensive tokens. Double block plus token for me. Thank you muchly. Some flashing daggers for your trouble. Sorry, to trouble you. Apologies. They are very blight immune, but they're not very burn immune. Unfortunately, while at exactly 50% HP, Nekohime is not below 50% and cannot be healed by Battlefield Medicine.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Get him, Jinx. Thunk. Dang. I mean, that has to happen every now and then. I think it's worth just removing the rest of these tokens.
A calculated generosity.
Let's not try and let Nekohime just die randomly. Flashing Daggers manages to pump out a bit more blight. Very happy to see that. Oh, we actually managed not to crit there as well. I mean, the crit chance is like 70, 75 or something like that. Certainly not a guarantee. Oh boy. Yep, now they're all big. Front 2 are now on death's door, ready to die to their DOTs as soon as their turn begins. I suppose there's no reason not to use flashing daggers instead of poison dart. That's it, I'll use the poison dart.
Dissection. An unavoidable end.
Let's continue lighting up that backline.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
And see if I can draw the attacks exclusively onto our frontliner, who will then be able to
Deliberate and methodical.
be healed with the Battlefield Medicine.
Fight
Oh.
through the fatigue.
It's a combo setup on the target as well. I'm gonna use Grape Shot Blast to try and take out the corpses. I would have to crit in order to take one out. Dang! Without being able to, now I don't have the ability to really clear... Wait, hang on. You are below 50% HP, but I'm not in position to use Battlefield Medicine. I should have just moved forward. I should have just used a Duelist Advance. Would have completely solved all of my problems there. Alas. Let's give a strength token to our grave robber, who has been yet to act. Then you can Dead of Night for some stress recovery. Thump. So I bought myself a little bit more time here, hoping to rectify some of the mistakes I made recently. So Duelist Advance will move me forwards. Excellent. A little bit of a positive relationship buff there. Mr. Gibberish, you can also manually move forward. Setting up a big old battlefield medicine.
Has been tended to.
Thunk. Dang.
As directed.
Regardless, we still end up better off for having taken a little bit extra time.
The past is gone. Let it die.
Oh, hell yes. Peculiar Secretion removes diseases from party. I also get +1 mastery, and I even get 2 mastery from the Peculiar Secretion itself. So basically everyone is going to have fully mastered skills. This is what I'm feeling. Certainly how it looks. Oblivion's Rampart. Or is it Ingress? One of the two that comes up next.
Lost souls of a dying world. Empty of hope and humanity.
Obviously after this roadway battle. There we go.
Next.
One target down before it fights. Easy setup on another one. That's about as good as it gets. I do just want to see him crit more commonly, for the sake of stress recovery for the rest of the party. That said, I don't really think there's much else we could have done there.
We are the flame, burning brightly for all the world to see.
Love to see a mastery along a hallway fight. Feels like basically every piece of debris is giving me something now.
Reality comes asunder before our eyes.
Ooh, Neko is very confident here. Gives us all an attack token for joining the fight. I don't really have tokens I want to steal right now. I'm gonna use Duelist's Advance just to set up our second liner having riposte, because the Evangelists will only hit up until the second line. Unless they're, further back and have to use Rush Judgment. So, certainly Blade Grenade time. There we go, no more Herald, so I don't have to worry about First Trumpet playing again. Altar of Denial. Is that the taunt? No, it's stealth. Ooh. Thunk! 52, baby! The other one has a crit token.
Straightforward and effective.
Yes. I kind of want the crit token, but I think I'll probably end up with 2 of your block tokens if I use Highway Robbery. Never mind, I got it! Woo! Alter never gets another move. And we can start turning our attention to blinding up the Evangelist in the front line.
The slow suffering begins.
Ooh, they even hit themselves with the Jinx, lowering one of their own block. I mean, I could use Break to remove the block, but I could also... Damn it!
Haste and carelessness. Hallmarks of the unprepared.
It's not significantly different to be using Grape Shot Blast here.
Master stroke.
Also crits a second target, so we get a little bit more stress removal from it. Let's go Dead of Night for some just basic healing, as well as some stealth. And that's all that was written. What do we get trinket-wise?
Amidst the spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
You're not kidding, are you? Greater Sharpness Charm, the indelible trinket with plus 20% damage. We also find the Dark Impulse, plus 20%. Interesting. To debuff resist. Negative 10% damage per negative token. Like, unfortunately, resisting the blindness from Cruel Intent would actually also prevent the benefit of the plus 66% crit. I have to have blindness for that. That said, otherwise, if I weren't using Cruel Intent, but I was using some other unforgettable trinket, Dark Impulse suddenly becomes one of the best things I can put on a leper, giving the leper a higher ability to ignore their own blindness and never gain any additional blindness even. That said, right now, I'm thinking... I mean, it's mainly DOT damage we do from Venom Drop, so I don't really care to upgrade their ability to do damage in that way. I mean, it's worth noting, Neko is already super fast. I don't even know if I need the Greater Wolf's Blood. I've got plus 5 from a buff right now. What's that? Oh, the Songbook of Rousing Tunes! Makes sense. Don't want anyone else to be as fast as the Highwayman. Because the Highwayman gets the Strength token. But also, it doesn't need the Strength token as much. Let's give some additional speed to Gibberish as well. Gibberish, you also now have a space to equip a combat item. I think it's reasonable for you to equip our preparations for the lair, which does exist possibly on our path. Good to see.
A sanctum of tranquility awaits.
I'm getting a lot of food. I'm not going to be able to eat that much of it. And I still don't have an invigorating stew to give the entire group. A lot of whiskey as well, though. Yeah, the one that makes sense here is Mr. Gibberish giving us access to the mineral-rich spring waters. And we can throw those over the top of the adrenaline tonic instead. Great. Yeah, I think if only for my own satisfaction, even, I'm going to end up taking out the general in this run. Sadly, it doesn't look like I'm going to have any more hero shrines, though. I mean, I can Shadow Fade my way to the back, but is it going to be significantly better than just blighting these targets on turn 1? Especially because they have low blight resistance, it feels a lot easier to make that choice. Trying to set myself up with some good riposte. Oh, get him. Oh no, I resisted the blindness. How dare I?
A simple kindness.
Now I'm gonna have to do things the old-fashioned way. Murder. I mean, yeah, lunge at him. And you've already done more than enough.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
Find a grape shot to get out of there. Pick up a mastery on my way out. A minor sacrificial host. I know what I'm dropping if I'm overloaded. I'm over encumbered. I know what I'm dropping then. Yay. I don't expect Leatherstrop will have any time to become useful for us here. Also, Moms, you can join those 2 stacks. Beautiful. A little bit of anti-venom there. Probably not super essential, frankly. Alright, let's get Rawsome to take this with 2 relationships to still benefit. We'll actually go with the Shadow Fade here. If I think of this as a fight with 2 waves, it makes a lot more sense to have
A slow
a couple of cautious turns.
An unavoidable end.
Not letting that Carrion Eater get any carrion to eat is a high priority, but if I just murder the Rabbit Gnasher, it will have one. But if it doesn't eat it this turn, it's gonna die to its burn. Yeah, of course. It was a risk I was willing to take. I mean, I can still break through that armor, the leper. Setting up a lot of things to die in 2 turns time now. Good lord, the spiders do nothing but crit. I needed the leper to act there, actually. It's like pretty important. They were gonna be the one taking out all the armor of the Carrion Devourer, you see. Put him on the ground, you see. Take out that corpse for the sake of stress management. It would be ideal now to leave this Weber to die as one of the opening actions of a later round. Just in terms of getting good attack timings. Okay, never mind. As long as I don't attack the enemy now, I should be okay. Because they're going to go down to death's door. So I will also use Withstand to taunt, so that they don't attack into the riposte. Let me just quickly steal that crit token from you, buddy. I'm basically going to do exactly the same thing I did last turn at this point. So we're looking to kill you as quickly as possible here. Big old grape shot crit. And then literally any instance of damage. And now I have at least 2 actions before the enemies get to even move themselves. So Magnesium Rain to remove some of that dodge.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Excellent. I can also use Break to try and immediately remove the 2 block plus tokens. Already on death's door, and you're about to die to that DOT. This Carrion Devourer really barely got to play. Gonna have to use defensive battlefield medicine there without wanting to risk anything. Grand. Hey, I would be fine getting diseased here. I'm already going to be removing all of them in the next inn. Unfortunately, the blight is quite easy for these spiders to resist. Okay, with that burn, yes, you are already dead. I don't think my HP is low enough to use Solemnity yet. However, if I withstand, it might get low enough. Alright. I never miss, says Nekohime, immediately after missing, and with a shot that has missed half targets. Sure, buddy. I didn't really expect to hit that as much as remove the dodge token. Performed that task perfectly.
Agony.
That blight might get us far enough. And creature is guaranteed already now to die. Let's take some aim. Nope. Not low enough. Alright, you kill a corpse, and then
A calculated
I'll have a friend heal you.
but a welcome one nonetheless.
Just in case we got any affinity out of that. Discount combat and in items, as well as mastery for the fight and a mastery for turning in the item.
Whispers.
Oh no, I missed out on 2 clotting poultices. Those actually probably would have been relevant. Well, I mean, I know with 2 apples and cheese and 2 steaks and spuds, there's no way I'm going to be feeding anyone stale bread. So I can get rid of that pretty quickly. I also don't think Heartseeker is getting used by anyone at this point. Free up a couple of slots so I can be a little bit lazy for a period of time. Laziness is paying off. None of these are dropping anything. So in the field hospital, I think I should only really focus on the negative quirks. If they are... Oh, I got tuckered out again. Neat. If they're bad enough. And slow-handed is bad enough. Compress kit, as well as a protectorate. Not interested in either. That said, we got a little bit of healing, a little bit of stress recovery as well for being in this area in the first place. Oh, sick! Okay, if I want to do anything except for the academic study after this, I am going to have to break my wheels. I don't really want to break my wheels. So I'm using the plague grenade.
Destiny will not be denied.
It's just double tap seems like it's such an appropriate damage dealing tool in this fight. What with the plus 30% damage when the enemy's HP is low? Heck, I mean, this is also like a perfect fight for trying to do PBS instead. Just take aim and then... That said, that could easily just be messed up by Tarantism in a way that would be really, really disgusting. So I'd like to avoid that if possible. Intimidate with the ability to project. This was taunt. Solemnity. Break is not going to be necessary. At least it's not going to be necessary in the champion fight, the lair boss fight. Before that, totally could be. Fine. I'll tag that back on. I think I'm already well set for
This is a den of
the Sleeping Dreamer. Sleeping General, rather. Dreaming General.
Prepare yourself.
It was one of those the entire time. Shadow Fade. Because without that, I don't think I'm really going to be landing any of these blights. Alas. Neko, why not take some aim? Just gonna delete their front line. Tropic Cut comes through. We resist the debuff. We do manage to jinx the enemy. A Piercing Bolt, which we still take the stress of. Butterfly combo in return. What with the jinxing and all. Grape Shot Blast? I want to use Grape Shot Blast. Hey. Guess I'll settle for a Wicked Slice.
Well done.
Flashing daggers for some blights. Ooh, staggering striker, which means we're below 40 on the light. Interesting. I wonder if, can I intentionally dull the light? I know that in DD1 you could. It's just I could foresee some gameplay where maybe I want the light a little lower, because I do have a couple of trinkets that get a lot more powerful at that point, especially with the application of combo. I mean, realistically, fight's already over. Or rather, this stage of the fight. What with the whole... and then... Exactly. Sure, next battle seems appropriate. I'll get a little bit more by the way of baubles that I never really need to use. Good lord. Unfortunately, I don't believe Order counts as a positive token. It's one of the special, unique tokens down at the bottom. Having Duelist Advance to try and rectify my positioning right now would be sick. That said, the Knight also does have the moving backwards ability, don't you?
As repulsive as it is.
No, you don't have a moving backwards ability. Okay, so that means Grape Shot Blast is still going to be like maximum damage I'm capable of dealing for a period of time here. Oof. Let's take aim. Shadowy Fade will now set you up in a position where you can do things again. Unfortunately, that means that Rawsome is only going to be capable of a Noxious Blast at the moment, rather than hitting the Bishop in the back line. Oh, come on! I really wish I didn't resist that. That was going to set up some taunt on the target. Actually, would have been ideal. Alright. Let's withstand. Ugh. That's a big bleed. Another 12 damage on top of the 8 it dealt already. Plague Doctor's gonna have a little bit of a tough time with that. Alright. Double tap for 25 on the drummer. And then take the drummer out with the flashing daggers. A little bit more blight for the frontliner as well here. Realistically, I think I gotta get you out of dodge, buddy. Plague Doctor just manually moves backwards. I'm also gonna use a mineral spring water for some stress heal and heal.
Trust.
Thunk. That's what I get for trying. Oh god, no one has the ability to prevent a death blow trigger on that. 67, alright. 1/3 of the time here, we'll be losing our Plague Doctor. Man, I really wish I had the ability to stop that in any way. Alas. Alright. Let's get back off of that death's door. So, I guess,
What can we learn upon closer inspection?
never mind. The enemy is in position to be able to purge the unworthy on Marms. What happened? Why can the bishop just ignore taunts? Enemies are forced to attack this target if able. Purge the unworthy definitely is an attack. I don't understand. Maybe those happened in a different order, and now I'm just confused by them, but I feel like that kind of thing has happened a number of times over the course of the runs. Plural, so far. Make my way through all of the Death's Door triggers of that target. There's some penance. That's just you and me, buddy. I'm gonna kill the large corpse, giving every member of our team the ability to access the bishop. That'll do. Okay. Footman's Grog, converting negative tokens to the positive counterparts of them. Vulnerability to block, weakness to strength. Also an armor repair kit, a blistering bugle, distracting dust, wagon jack, Nightmare's End. I mean, look, I can just swap Nightmare's End on for a couple seconds in order to buy all of the trinkets I want. Realistically, none of this actually benefits me, but I do want to do the fight, so...
He has retreated, undying, into a dream. And there he must stay.
So here on the first round, I do not need to be hitting the taproot, so I can use Smoke Bomb, I can take aim, and I can get ready to start double tapping. What a Shadow Fade. Yeah. I'm gonna use the Ica Bomb here, finally. If I'm ever gonna use it, now's the time. Thunk? It is only a 50-50 to hit while attacking blind, so it's fine. Creeping Growth approaches our front line. I use Chalk Dust to hit the taproot. follow up with some flashing daggers for some more blight. Yep. 25 on our double tap seems appropriate.
Well done.
About a plague grenade on the enemies.
And wanes.
Wonder if maybe I'm best served using Withstand to try and draw attacks away. But they can't bleed, right? Can you? You can't bleed? You can bleed with the Waking Dead, but you don't use the Waking Dead unless I've already screwed up quite deeply. Alright, fine, I'll roll Withstand. General idea here being, please don't hit. Gosh, I've forgotten the name of our Paracelsus here. Rawson. Apologies. Ooh, 62% chance for the critical. Sure. Unfortunately, that doesn't hit the crit, but it does use the combo token, so now I'm not even guaranteed my lepers hit.
Bravo.
Double tap for 19. Pop out another plague grenade, and we get a recession of the growth. I can use Intimidate, in fact, to strike the backline as well. Which I try to do, but I fail. Never mind, as it turns out, the Waking Dead could have occurred at any time. Creeping growths descend. And we've set up combo on the target.
Excellent work.
A classic lunge forward into the crit. Double tap should be doing extra damage, not from critting anymore, but from the enemy being on low HP. Never mind, also from critting. In general, does have death blow resistance. But you also have a combo on you, guaranteeing that I managed to strike there. The DOT gets you at the start of your turn.
And blaze the trail to your redemption.
And I'll be taking all these treasures home with me. Well, I say all of these treasures home with me. Realistically, I'm about to discard most of these treasures. That's how it works. There goes one of the apples and cheeses. No distracting dust nor blistering bugle for me, thank you. There's no more wagon jackery that we need to do. No time for a bottle case. Mortar and pestle certainly neither as well. I do, yeah, I believe I will have cleared a couple of these out. So... start dropping a couple more of these management tools on characters that might be missing them. And that'll get us set for the moment.
Consider all variables, but do it quickly.
Let's go to the scary song. Oh, hang on. That's an apples and cheese that I don't need. I want to generally end up with an idea of what each of these ancestor studies
We were able
do.
to replicate the Dark Song, albeit in a more conventional key.
Academic studies, apologies. Nekohime is whistling. Whistling past the gravestones is calm, in fact, now. Plus 20% resolute chance. Hell yeah. What changed? I guess I must have collected too many relics and now that's overloaded. Yeah, that makes sense. Boy. Goading Gargoyle could still just be good for consistency in the final fight as well. I don't really think I'm getting down to death's door, so I'm going to drop the Intoxicating Invigorant. And realistically, medicinal herbs serves as a versatile tool that fulfills what the bandages and anti-venom each would still be in my inventory for. I also do want to have more food items in my inventory for the sake of the reanimated rabbit, which I forgot about. That's some extra max HP we could have. Extra max HP makes all heals more effective as well. To a pretty worthwhile degree. Let's focus on trying to take out the altar, possibly even before it does anything? Oh, definitely now. Hell yeah. We get no actions out of the altar, and we've set up a combo. For the sake of Mars, 71% chance to... Well, never mind, you barely even need to crit if you're going to do 27. Let's roll take aim to start getting ready for some stress recovery. Speaking of stress recovery, you could use a Dead Knight right now. And also laudanum.
Reprieve from this carousel of horrors.
That'll do. That'll do. Unfortunately, I worry. Yeah, I may have actually killed them way too fast. I wanted to get far more stress off of my party.
Gloom, a spark.
Okay, idle thought. If a stained item is equipped, plus 100% damage. At round end, negative 30% damage for one battle. So, for the first 3 rounds, this is positive damage. After that, negative. But, for what it's worth, that fight didn't have more than 3 rounds.
Abates.
Quick demonstration of why it might be valuable. Alright, let's get back into the inn, and what, we're under 50 minutes? I don't think I'm going to need to do a huge amount of preparation here, so I think I'm going to just roll into the boss fight as well. Neko says, there are times I almost feel hopeful. Looks like we also picked up a stimulating poultice there for plus 4 speed. Can drop that on Neko in order to guarantee the effect of the smoldering hymnal.
Does much for the weary body. Even more, perhaps, for the restless soul.
Neko is resolute as swan off the bottle. No, buddy! I got so much whiskey for you, though. Yeah, sure, we've also got the Surgeon's mixing kit. I really didn't intend to get that as much as I just wanted to get the rest of the stuff. Supplies, donations to your cause, what? The hell? What? Who gave us supplies?
Your coach is laden. You can carry no more.
Certain soul diseases. It doesn't seem to tell me why I got those. The Winking Thief, maybe? Couldn't tell you for the life of me. What I can tell you, though, is that we have a lot of in items to use here. Let's first check
Conventional
food.
fare, but fairly priced.
Okay. So I don't have better food for the party. Which means I can get away with just dropping the foodstuffs I want on the people I want to hold them. Moms. Awesome. And then Gibberish and Neko can eat the apples and cheese. So in terms of blight resistance, the person who needs it the most is Moms. In terms of stun resistance, I mean, I'd really like to be able to continue doing damage at all times. I'm not going to be blighting all of the enemies perfectly, so Gibberish isn't going to be perfect in this fight, or good, necessarily. The Songbook of Rousing Tunes is blocked by Calm. Only 2 people are going to get speed out of this. Alright, now Rawsome, who do you have the worst relationship with? Neko, who you can't drink with, of course. Have a couple drinks with Gibberish.
Learn what can be taught, that you may stand just a little taller at the end.
I really don't think Moms is going to need any other abilities than those. I'm going to upgrade Lunge, so I still have the ability to do reasonable damage to targets, even if... Yeah. Even if I don't have the ability to DOT them. Grape Shot's incredible in this fight. Stacking double tap, so now it's doing the extra damage if the target is below 50% HP, a much easier threshold to hit. Also can upgrade Duelist's Advance, because there's a lot of enemies attacking each round. Is that? Yeah, it's just 3 burn. I'll take it. Don't really want Emboldening Vapors. Ounce of Prevention could help me stop incoming DOTs. To a reasonable DO degree. I think Revenge would be totally appropriate for Moms to hold. Yeah, and now everyone has all of the skills they're going to be using upgraded already. Let's upgrade Emboldening Vapors as well, because we still have a mastery.
The next stop is leagues away. Plan accordingly.
Heading over to the Wainwright, we have the ability to heal
Repaired
these.
and refurbished. Ready for the leagues ahead.
Courtesy of our location, we have the ability to heal these cheaply. I just want to buy relationship things like dartboard, playing cards for the party, hell yeah. Oh, possible removals of negative quirks? Incredible. I got rid of this sprained wrist! Woo! Alright, and now, can I get rid of another one on you? Got rid of Melophobia! Woo! Hell yeah. Let's play some cards. And now you're a tactical thinker even, Rawson. Oh, and we only got positive relationship triggers out of that, and in fact, a lot of them turned out to be important threshold relationship triggers. We got people above 14 and 17 with one another. Ah, over the moon. Tactical Thinker itself is +5 crit, as well as a round start, 15% chance to gain a double dodge token. Dodge plus token. Huh? Neko and Gibberish, please increase your relationship. They do. They are the two characters who I'd like to have a little bit higher crit on, but now they are at 20 relationship with one another. Rawsome and Moms can also reach that pretty easily. Kinda want to get the Songbook of Touching Dirges.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
Yeah. Here you go. Songbook of Touching Dirges. And then one more. And then Rousing Tunes to remove some stress, and then Rousing Tunes to remove some stress, as well as buff their speed. And then Rousing Tunes to remove their stress, as well as buff their speed. Okay. Now, we've got couple 20s, couple 19s. All that looking pretty good. Sure, I could have put the guild seal on and saved some money there, but let's be real, right? Like, I'm just gonna go into the thing and I'm just gonna, like, kill them all, pretty much, it seems like. Certainly seems like. I don't feel like I want to change things that much. Could get lower bleed chance. Honestly? Nah, I'm fine.
The inevitable end of your journey awaits you once again.
Let's go. Oh, we got some relationships. Hey, hopeful.
Desperation unites the hopeful.
Some respect in the party as well. Good to see between our two damage dealers. Another little bit of hope. Ooh, that's what you've been doing in the back line, I see.
Will never die.
Riding in the back of the wagon, riding up at the back of the party, and making the beast with two backs. Let's go to the mountain. Time to embark. So it's one Oblivion's Ingress, I believe. This early on.
At last, the great ziggurat. Temple of failure and regret.
By way of combat items, anything I want to modify here? I mean, sure, you can hold another laudanum. Look, I could put milk-soaked linen on a character. I don't really care so much about blinding. Burning, though? Yeah, that'll help me burn through something quite quickly. Taking one of the shackles out pretty quickly so that I am shackled less often. Seems good. I know that a couple of my characters are holding incorrect abilities at the moment as well. Emboldening Vapors is currently being held over Ounce of Prevention. I believe Wicked Slice is being held over. That's right, our Duelists Advance. Gibberish, you've got the right stuff. I'm gonna drop Break for Revenge. Let's go. I'm so glad I finally got to actually use Cruel Intent on the leper. As soon as I saw it, immediately I knew what I wanted to do with it. So just up 2 relationships to 20 right before the end. I'm gonna go for early impacts. Can I stop the Herald from going? Altar of Denial, so that'll be the stealth. Oh no, I can't stop the Herald from going if you give them regen. Oh, I would have taken that unit out. Alas, I guess. Just gonna thump the front line for 32.
Awash in turmoil.
That's my compromise. Sundering Steel for 13. Okay, Gibberish. It's your time to shine. That'll count. That will certainly count. Double tap to get the frontliner on the ground, and I can rely on our plague grenades to help us take out the rest of the back line. Let's get some stress recovery on our frontliner. Moms deserves it.
All problems have
Here, have some extra oh.
even the big ones.
Oh, actually, they've got stealth. Sure, I'll kill a corpse and make them a little bit more accessible. I don't think I'm capable of... No, I can target you with the Grape Shot Blast. And that'll be enough. Could have even used Magnesium Rain.
Slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Would have been hilarious if with those 2 worship tokens, the altar at the end was like, okay, I summon an Exemplar. I would have been so unprepared for it, but I also think I probably still would have done okay, actually. The worst thing about it would have been that I don't have the ability to guard anyone, and I don't really have the ability to remove...
The Nightmare Gate is revealed.
to
Only infernal nihility.
remove combo.
And non-existence.
So if I had Resilience locked in, we'd certainly be better off there.
The mind must be freed of its self-imposed incarceration.
Denial of Reason, none of us can do any stress healing this turn. The 2 midliners are not especially good at blocking Blight. I do think I'll probably be best served by throwing Flashing Daggers early here, and part of the reason for that is because using Shadow Fade sets up an inability to have Nekohime use Duelist's Advance. Oh, although I guess I'm caring more about using Grape Shot and Take Aim. Okay, so I'll Shadow Fade then. Let's take some aim. Soon it will be time to Grape Shot. Now...
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
There's only a couple of DOTs that can come out, and currently I can only see them coming out from the Padlock of Wasting, so I don't feel like throwing out the Ounce of Prevention seems super appropriate immediately.
Lethality writ large.
Oh, I wanted to be blind. How dare you not blind me? I think it's probably appropriate on this turn to pop Revenge. Get dodged. Crippling Doubt sets up a Jinx. Oh, I have a target I can hit even if I'm blinded.
This is no time to falter.
Denial of Fortitude. No healing. I mean, no reason not to use Laudanum as well. Oh, 13 against both. Love to see it. Man, I really wanted to be blinded again. Still wasn't. Rude. Try and take out the Padlock of Wasting. Or I could roll for another buff as well as pull attacks on myself with the... No, because I might be denied the ability to attack soon. Actually, use the attack while I have it.
A master stroke.
Good God, the Blight's on that back line. Crippling Doubt. Please stop attacking Rawson. Thank you. That's not what I said. It's the opposite of what I said, actually. Thankfully, I know that they can't go from blocking healing to blocking healing again. Yeah, they blocked ranged attacks. Thankfully, I can still lunge. And in fact, I think I will. The Bolt of Lamentation. Giant crit. That target's dead.
A brilliant conclusion.
That's a second dead padlock. Thump. Actually, let's use the Adrenaline Tonic on our backline. Just guarantee their HP. Swing. Damn it. Sure, you may have stunned Neko here. But you've also got combos on all of your field. Should make this a little bit of a laugh. Oh man, I really wish I could have just thrown out the... Really wish I could have just thrown out the Grape Shot. Would have been great in that position. Let's work on the Shackle that is going to be harder to kill. Seems the right priority target. I mean, I love being able to use all of the charges of a riposte at any point. That is my highest aspiration. There goes the frontliner. Better believe the second line is about to follow that up. In fact, they already have. You know what? I know it's entirely unnecessary at this point, but let's go for the heal.
At last, the world's mind is free to remember a time before the cancerous corruption.
The shackles of the mind have been released. Destroyed.
The Shadow's advance has been halted. For a time.
So yeah, not a ridiculous amount of candles earned from this one. I don't think I'm going to be revisiting Chapter 1 again, just because it is very clearly much more of an introductory chapter. They don't give you as many regions as they give you in other areas. They give you a lot, like, 5 mastery from the first fight rather than 2. It feels like I would have to try to lose a little bit if I wanted to lose at that. So it also gives me fewer opportunities to pick up hero shrines, obviously having one fewer regions. I think the regions themselves might even be a bit smaller. So we'll be proceeding over to the second confession in the next episode. Obviously doing something similar as we did here with the upgrades to our general area, the Altar of Hope first, and then drafting a run based around magnifying the new trinkets and items and skills and etc. that we happen to pick up. But until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left is a serious playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generally supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to Victor. Hopefully you'll all be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.